Don't even really want to talk about that vicious storm system. That's in the past, but then again, we just had one this past weekend that was pretty nasty as well. And folks are still cleaning up for the Owasso storm, we'll call it. As far as tonight, all is relatively quiet, minus the concert at TU, which is definitely not quiet. We do have a pretty good evening underway. You're looking at Gathering Place right now. We have some issues, though. Ragweed is starting to show up, and it is ragweed season. A lot of mold as well. We've had high moisture content in the morning with heavy dews. That helps add to the mold spore issue. And then the ragweed itself, we're just starting the beginning of this season for ragweed. So if you suffer with allergies related to ragweed, be advised that peaks out in September, and then it starts to die down in October, and then we get our first freeze usually in November, and that wipes out everything. The only other thing going on, lots of COVID cases are being reported right now. So if you feel like you're achy and not feeling good, that is also a possibility, because that has kind of spread like wildfire here over the last couple of weeks, and we'll be doing a story on that coming up. In the meantime, tomorrow, bigger news is the ozone alert, which is in effect for tomorrow. And so that means, again, winds are going to be a little bit lighter, lots of sunshine, kind of dry air, allowing a lot of the gas to kind of bake. So if you're going to try to fill your car with gas, tonight would be a better night than doing it tomorrow morning. And then also trying not to use any type of gas, weed eaters or mowers tomorrow would be helpful. We really need to keep our air as clean as possible. All right, area lakes, a lot of folks kind of are starting to wind down their lake season. Lakes have gotten really quiet over the last week or two. Of course, Tulsa Public School going into effect tomorrow, Jinx, and so a lot of big schools, a lot of kids back in school. Almost everybody will be in starting tomorrow. But still, for the area lakes, not too bad. The exception is Skytook and Copan. Water is kind of interesting because the north sides have cooled off considerably. A lot of that is from the rain and the thunderstorms that we went through. South, we didn't have as many thunderstorms. Notice the water temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s to 90. And so there has been somewhat of an influence. The Illinois River also jumped up to over 7 feet, almost 8 feet near Tahlequah. That's going to go back down around 5 feet Saturday night into Sunday. So it's still running just a little bit higher than normal. And so is Chewy just a little bit. But overall, the Illinois River, if you want to try to squeeze in one more good time down the river, might be available this weekend and maybe the following weekend. Temperatures in the 80s at this point, and very nice weather across the state, though not the same. Eastern Oklahoma so much better than the west and southwest. Still 101 out at Altus, as near 100 in Guyman. Tonight is quiet. We'll have one more nice night in the 60s, and then tomorrow we're looking for highs in the low to mid 90s, starting to get hot. Southwest really hot, and then by the time we get on into Friday morning, not too bad, 60s to 70. And then in the afternoon, though, we'll have temperatures in the 90s, upper 90s. Notice how many 100s even skirting on the south and west sides. And Saturday, pretty much everybody gets to be really saucy hot. And heat index is 105 to 110. We have heat advisories and probably some excessive heat warnings, too, across the state over the weekend. So if you have plans, be advised. No rain in our forecast at this time, so that's for the next 10 days. Not good. Fortunately, we had some good rain, but if there's no rain for the next 10 days, that means 40 days without rain down to our south. That is something significant. Our forecast, though, tonight, significantly nice, 78 at 9 o'clock, and then at midnight still in low 70s, upper 60s to mid 60s tomorrow morning. And our extended forecast at this time, all is hot, all is pretty boring. The heat index value is going to be awful high for the weekend, and then just a lot of triple-digit heat. So I hope you're ready. Here we go again. That's a look at your forecast. We'll be right back with sports.